Thanks, guys. This is a Christmas shirt, y'all.
No joy in Mudville, eh? Okay, what we're doing tonight, Town's not, we hardly ever do this. Matter of fact, we've only done it once. And we're going to be up here tonight all night together, trading songs and talking, telling lies. We might even do a couple together. We don't know any yet, but we're working on it. And now, but before we start, we have the, may I have the coin, please? The traditional coin toss to see who goes first. Thank you. In the air, $10.
No. Throws a different slant.
Okay, here you go.
Guy goes first.
Somehow this always works out like heads I win, tails you lose. We've done it 3 times and I've lost every time. Like if you guess right, then you get to choose or what?
I always win if there's no money involved.
Last March, I was down in Austin, Texas for Jerry Jeff Walker's birthday bash. And we got bashed. And we bashed. I ran in a couple old friends of mine. One named Ramen Jack, who maybe some of you have heard. Another cowboy named Larry Mahan. Maybe the world's champion all-time cowboy. And we, well, I don't know if we decided, but we certainly proceeded to stay up all night and greet the dawn in Austin, Texas. So Ramen Jack said, I got these lines in my face, trying to straighten out the wrinkles in my life. Think of all the fools I've been, it's a wonder that I've sailed this many miles. To which Mahan replied, he said, the sweet bird of youth was sitting on my shoulder yesterday. But she's always changing partners, and I always knew she'd up and fly. Staying up all night in a Driscoll hotel. Ramblin' Jack and Mahan was cowboyed all to hell. And the room smelled like bulls, and the words sound like songs. Now there's a pair to draw to, boys, I wouldn't steer you wrong. Still working on that part. So Ramen Jack said, hey, I recall a time I set my soul on fire just for show. And all it ever taught me was the more I learned, the less I seemed to know. Mahan crawled out from behind the couch, said, Jack, as far as I can see, mistakes are only lessons, no mistakes are only horses in disguise. There ain't no need to ride 'em over, 'cause we could not ride 'em different if we tried. And He's staying up all night in a Driscoll hotel. Ramblin' Jack and Mahan was cowboyed all to hell. And the rooms smell like bulls, and the words sound like songs. Now there's a pair to draw to, boys, I would not steer you wrong. Staying up all night in a Driscoll hotel. Ooh, Ramblin' Jack and Mahan was cowboyed all to hell.
Thanks.
Well, I've been starting off with this one lately. Remember, you can put this old broken body in prison, but can't keep my face from breaking out. Well, I always say about this song, anybody out there's in love, now's a good time to hold hands. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me and ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I'd swim the seas for to ease your pain. In the night forlorn, autumn morning's born, and a morning shines with the lights of love. You will miss sunrise if you close your eyes. That would break my heart in two. Lady's with me now, since I showed her how to lay her lily hand in mine. Lou and Lil agree she's a sight to see and a treasure for the poor to find. Well, if I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me and ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I'd swim the seas for to ease your pain. That's it, Daddy. Thanks, y'all. Let's say that Loop and Lil they were mentioned in that song were parakeets that a lot of people don't know. No reason they should. They were parakeets that I used to. Parakeets don't do too good on the road.
Towns. I went to pick up Towns one time at the airport. This is like, I don't know, 15 years ago. And he got off the airplane, and he came in, he's like, he had a parakeet in each inside pocket. These poor birds are freaked. I always wondered, how'd you decide on Loop and Lil?
Oh, no, it just came to me to flash. I had them for, how long was you talking about Loop and Lil? I had them for a long time, and I was up in New York. They really traveled quite a bit, and they didn't really matter. The only way they didn't like, I one time had to put them in a cardboard box in the back of a station wagon for about 1,000 miles. And when we got to where we were going, they were both in shock for about 3 weeks. But other than that, they didn't mind it, you know. But Lil was Loop. Loop one time flew in wintertime in New York. This lady was cleaning the house and dusting and opened the window, and Loop flew out the window. And Lil died from a broken heart, little bitty broken parakeet heart.
Pack up all your dishes, make note of all good wishes, and say goodbye to the landlord for me. That son of a bitch has always bored me. Throw out them LA papers, hold it back for vanilla waivers. Adios to all this concrete. Gonna get me some dirt road back street. I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught. Down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought any heavy old skinny Dennis. The only one I think I will miss. I can hear that old bass singing, sweet and low like a gift you're bringing. Play it for me one more time now. Got to give it all we can now. I believe everything you're saying. Just you keep on playing. I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught. Down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought and you put the key card in the mailbox. Leave the key in that old front door lock. They'll find it likely as not. I'm sure there's something we haven't forgot. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry, babe. Love's a gift that's surely handmade. We got something to believe in. Don't you think it's time we're leaving? I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught. Down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought if I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught. Suzanne and I used to live in this little apartment in Long Beach, California. It was all right. The weirdest thing about it was the landlord. He's one of those guys that come home from work every day and go out the garage, make his own bullets.
the nice thing about it, or the prettiest thing, was right outside the front window. It was the prettiest little grapefruit tree you ever seen in your whole life. And all the grapefruit were sweet. One morning, we awoke to the sound of this guy out there with an axe chopping down the grapefruit tree. So I went outside. I said, man, what are you doing? He said, oh, guy, he said, you know this damned old grapefruit tree? He said, the son of a bitch has been here 30 or 40 years. He said, it's gotten so big. He said, the roots have spread out so far. It's starting to crack my concrete driveway. So pack up all your dishes. Take note of all good wishes. Say goodbye to the landlord for me. That son of a bitch has always bored me. Mike, you turn this guitar down just a skosh in the monitors. It's just a little scintillating.
I tell y'all, I visited Guy and Susanna down in that apartment a couple times down there in Long Beach, and that landlord didn't bore me in the least. Yeah, I was in red alert when that dude was around. Well, here's a favorite old song of mine about playing 5-card stud. It's called Mr. Mud and Mr. Gold. Well, the wicked king of clubs awoke. It was to his queen he turned. His lips were laughing as they spoke. His eyes like bullets burned. The sun's upon a gambling day. His queen smiled low and blissfully. Let's make some wretched fool to pay. And plain it was, she did agree. He sent his deuce down into diamond. His 4 to heart, his trade a spade. 3 kings with their legions come, and preparations soon were made. They voted Club the day's commander, give him an army face and number. All but the outlaw jack of diamonds and the aces in the sky. Give his 7's first instructions. Spared me a game of stud. Stakes unscarred by limitation between a man named Gold and a man named Mud. Club filled Gold with greedy vapors till his long green eyes did glow. Mud was left with the sighs and trembles, watching his hard-earned money go. Flushes fell on Gold like water tins. They paired and paired again. But the aces only flew through heaven, and the Diamond Jack called no man friend. The Diamond Queen saw Mud's ordeal, began to think of her long-lost son, fell to her knees with a mother's mercy and prayed to the angels, every one. The Diamond Queen, she prayed and prayed, and the Diamond Angel filled Mud's hole. And the wicked king of clubs himself fell face down in front of Gold. 3 kings come to club's command, but the angels from the sky did ride. 3 kings up on the streets of Gold, 3 fireballs on the muddy side. The club queen heard her husband's call. The Lord had Queen of Diamonds joy. When the outlaw in the heavenly hall turned out to be her wandering boy. Mud he checked and Gold bet all. Mud he raised and Gold did call. And a smile just melted off his face when Mud turned over that diamond ace. Here's what this story's told. You feel like Mud, you'll end up Gold. You feel like lost, you'll end up found. So amigo, lay them razors down. Here's a Here's a joke I heard somewhere. This old lady, a nice little old lady, wanders into this bar, and she's got her pet goose under her arm. This drunk's at the bar. He says, "What are you doing coming in here with that pig?" And the lady, well, she says, "Young man, that's a goose." He says, "I was talking to the goose." I stole that joke. Some of y'all heard it. You want to do
Okay. Let's see. This is a real pretty song that I wrote with my wife Susanna called "Old Friends." It's like when you're making conversation and you're trying not to scream, and you're trying not to tell them that you don't care what they need, and you're really feeling fragile and you really can't get home. You really feel abandoned, but you want to be alone. Old friend, shine like diamonds. Old friend, you can always call. Old friend, Lord, you can't buy. You know it's old friends after all. When the house is empty and the light begins to fade, and there's nothing to protect you except a window shade, it's hard to put your finger on the thing that scares you most. You can't tell the difference between an angel and a ghost. Oh, friend, shine like diamonds. Oh, friend, you can always call. Oh, friend, Lord, you can't buy. You know it's old friends after all. Yes, it's old friends that shine like diamonds. Old friends, you can always call. Old friends, Lord, you can't buy. You know it's old friends after all. Thanks. This is a song about the first time I ever saw a streamlined train. It happened in a little town in West Texas where I was born called Mahan's, which is... Oh, boy. For those of you who don't know, it's out there between Pecos and nowhere. And, I'll never forget, I was a kid and my parents drove me down to the depot one day, and it was like a moonshot, you know. The whole town turned out. Train didn't stop or anything, but we all went down there anyway. Now, being 6 years old, I had seen some trains before, so it's hard to figure out what I'm at the depot for. Trains are big and black and smoke and steam, screaming at the wheels, bigger than anything is, at least that's the way she feels. Trains are big and black and smoking, louder than July 4, and everybody's acting like this might be something more than just picking up the mail or the soldiers from the war. This is something that even old man Wildman never seen before. It's a late afternoon on a hot Texas day. Something strange is going on and we're all in the way. 50 or 60 people, they're just sitting on their cars, and they're wondering what it's coming to and how it got this far. Oh, but me, I got a nickel smash, flatter than a dime. This is wrong. I gotta get the verses right. I started. I have to tell you what happened. Sometimes, I don't know, I'm starting over, man. Sometimes when I'm up here doing this and I start listening and I'm going like, man, this is fucking great. It's like, this is the best I've ever heard this, man. And I forget where I am. Now, being 6 years old, I had seen some strange before, so it's hard to figure out what I'm at the depot for. Trains are big and black and smoking steam, screaming at the wheels, bigger than anything is, at least that's the way she feels. Trains are big and black and smoking, louder than July 4, and everybody's acting like this might be something more than just picking up the mail or the soldiers from the war. This is something that even old man Wildman never seen before. And it's a late afternoon on a hot Texas day, and something strange is going on and we is all in the way. Now there's 50 or 60 people, they're just sitting on the cars, and the old men left their dominoes and they come down from the bars. Ooh, and everybody's checking. Old Jack Kittrell check his watch, and us kids put our ears to the rails to hear 'em pop. So we already noted when they finally said train time, and you'd have thought that Jesus Christ himself was rolling down the line, 'cause things got real quiet. Mama jerked me back not before I got the chance to lay a nickel on the track. Woo! Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Big and red and silver, she don't make no smoke. She's a fast rolling streamline, come to show the folks. I said, look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Yes. Lord, she never even stopped. She left 50 or 60 people still sitting on the cars, and they're wondering what it's coming to and how it got this far. Oh, but me, I got a nickel smash, flatter than a dime, by a mad dog, runaway, red, silver, streamline train. Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Big and red and silver, she don't make no smoke. She's a fast rolling streamline, come to show the folks. I said, look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Woo! Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone.
water, more water. Well, here's a song that I started writing the last time I was here. I finished it the next night down in L.A. at McCabe's. It's about the homeless of the land. It's called Marie. Well, I stood in line and left my name. Took about 6 hours or so. Well, the man just grinned like it was all a game. Said they'd let me know. Put in my time till the Pocono line shut down 2 years ago. I was living at the mission till I met Marie. I can't stay there no more. I fell across town, city looking for a man, move some old cars around. Maybe me and Marie could find a burned out van, do a little settling down. Oh, but I'm just dreaming, I ain't got no ride, and the junkyard's a pretty good ways. That job's about a half week old, besides, be gone now anyway. Unemployment says I got no more checks. They shoved me to the hall. Oh, my brother died in Georgia some time ago. I got no one left to call. Well, summer wasn't bad below the bridge. A little short on food, that's all. Now I gotta get Marie some kind of coat. We're headed down into fall. Used to play the mouth harp pretty good. Used to hustle up a little dough. Oh, but I got drunk and I woke up rolled a couple of months ago. Well, they got my harp and they got my dollar, them low-life so-and-so. Harps cost money and I ain't got it. It's my own fault, I suppose. Well, the Pocono's down, but the Chesapeake's running 2 freights every day. If it's just me, I'd be headed south, but Marie can't catch no train. Well, she got some pain and she thinks it's a baby. Says we gotta wait and see. In my heart I know it's a little boy. Hope we don't end up like me. But a man's still grinning, said he lost my file. I gotta stand in line again. I want to kill him, but I just say no. I had enough of that line, my friend. I head back to the bridge, just getting kind of cold. I'm feeling too low down to lie. Well, I guess I'll just tell Marie the truth. Hope she don't break down and cry. Oh, Marie, she didn't wake up this morning. She didn't even try. Oh, she just rolled over and went to heaven. My little boy's safe inside. I laid him in the sun, wish somebody find him. Caught a Chesapeake on the fly. Oh, Marie, you'll know I'm headed south, so's to meet me by and by. Oh, Marie, you'll know I'm headed south, so's to meet me by and by. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, all. Thanks. Well, I have a Play another one here. I have a dear friend here tonight from Crested Butte, Colorado. Back during my wilder and woollier days. I used to live on horseback up in the mountains around Crested Butte, and then I'd come down every so often. Start off, I'd come down about once every 2 weeks, you know, and gamble for a night, get drunk, try to win enough money to get supplies and go back up the mountains. And I did it for years, you know, during the summer, and then finally ended up to where I was coming down about every 35 minutes, so I kind of blew it off. Anyway, I wrote this song. One time I had been politely asked, you know, you can tell when the marshal, it was a marshal in Crested Butte, and it got around to, you know, the old, well, you're still in town, on towns? Yeah. How long do you think you'll be here? Well, finally, some friends helped me out. I'd lost everything but my horse, lost my saddle, and everything else. And some friends helped me out, and I got all my supplies back. And finally got out of Crested Butte, headed over toward the East Maroons. I let the horse go for a while in this big field of mountain daisies, and sat down and wrote this song. It's called the Buckskin Stallion Blues. I've always said this song's half about a horse and half about a girl, and I still miss the horse. I heard her sing in tongues of silver. I heard her cry on a summer storm. I loved her, but she did not know it, so I don't think about her anymore. Now she's gone and I can't believe it, I don't think about her anymore. If 3 and 4 were 7 only, where does that leave 1 and 2? If love can be and still be lonely, where does that leave me and you? Time there was and time there will be, where does that leave me and you? Well, if I had a buckskin stallion, I'd tame him down and ride away. And if I had a flying schooner, I'd sail into the light of day. If I had your love forever, sail into the light of day. Pretty songs and pretty places, places that I've never seen. Pretty songs and pretty faces, tell me what their laughter means. Some look like they'll cry forever, tell me what their laughter means. If I had a buckskin stallion, I'd tame him down and ride away. If I had a golden galleon, I'd sail into the light of day. If I had your love forever, sail into the light of day. Thanks, you guys. Thanks.
Y'all ever been to a shrink? I asked that question in playing in New York the other night, and the whole audience raised their hand. Well, it's quite an experience, I must say. It's gotten to be very trendy in some circles. Have your shrink called my shrink. Let them do lunch. I don't write many protest songs. However, this is kind of a little mental health talking blues. Shit, that'll drive you crazy. I was feeling real depressed. I was feeling real low down. I just felt so bad that I could not get my butt up off the ground. Well, I was moping around the house, and I was bumping into walls. I was crying at the Andy Griffith show, and I was snapping at the dog. Well, I was starting to fear for my sanity. Could not find my ego with both hands. So I decided professional help was the only hope for me. So I called up this number, which I'd gotten off TV. They said, "Are you having marital problems? Are you emotionally impaired? Are you sure you're being followed? Or are you just scared of being scared?" Well, if so, better come on in, have a little talk with the doc. So I did. I said, "Doctor, good doctor, I got trouble on my mind now. Listen to me, doc, I don't have much time. I got a feeling down inside me and it will not go away. You know it hangs on and bangs on my soul every day. Oh, and doctor, good doctor, I'm grabbing at loose ends, and I hadn't felt like I used to since I don't remember when. Oh, and yesterday got past me, today is all the same, and tomorrow really scares me, man, I just can't play the game." He said, "Quit whining." He said, "Straighten up and fly right." He said, "Life is not a piece of cake." No shit. Well, he wanted to know if my insurance was paid up. Well, I'm okay and you're okay if the check's okay. Second best $100 I ever spent.
Well, I was going to do Talkin' Karate Blues instead. I kind of rotate them. I'll do this and we'll get the Talkin' Blues part of the program over with. The way I look at it. Alternatives? Yeah, I used to have a Talkin' Crested Butte Blues, but it required a pratfall and unlined to it. Yeah. I used to borrow other people's guitar to do it with, freak them out. Okay, well, I'll do Thunderbird. Well, among the strangest things I ever heard, this friend of mine said, "Man, let's get some Thunderbird." I said, "What's that?" He just started to grin, slobbered on his shirt, and his eyes got dim. He says, "You got 59 cents?" I said, "Man, I got $1, but don't be a smart aleck. I ain't gonna spend it on no Indian relic." He said, "Thunderbird's not an Indian trinket. It's a wine, man. You take it home and drink it." I said, "It don't sound like wine to me." He said he'd bet me the change from my $1. Well, we hustled on down to the nearest shoe totem. The guy wanted my idea. I whipped her out and showed him. He got a green bottle from the freezing vault. My friend started doing backward somersaults through the cottage cheese. Well, we took it back to his house, started drinking, and pretty soon I set into thinking, man, this Thunderbird is yummy, 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 and I know it's doing good things to my tum, tum, tum. That's the way you reason when you're on that crap. Well, we got a few more bottles and chugged them down. I pulled myself up off the ground. Decided I'd go see my dear sweet wife. She met me at the door with a carving knife. Said, get them damn grape peels from between your teeth. I see we're going to have a little misunderstanding. I said, dear, I better get in touch with you later. She said, forget it, man. You're never touching me again. Now I've seen the light and I've heard the word. I'm staying away from that old Thunderbird. The message come from heaven, radiant and fine, and now all I drink's communion wine. 6 days a week. Has a happy ending. Just
Well, the sun was hot and the dust rose up like smoke. So we hid beneath the elm tree and watched the watermelons float. There in a big old tub of ice, and we'd split them open with a kitchen knife. And everybody got a slice. It was a watermelon dream. Ain't nothing sweeter than a watermelon dream. Said, sitting on the front porch eating that peach ice cream. When life is really sweeter than it seems, that's what you've got to call a watermelon dream. Oh, and with sticky hands and faces, we fought the Yellow Jackets to a draw. And then we used the Rhine for second base and played a little hardball. I don't know how much we ate, but we all got the bellyache. And everybody stayed up way too late. It was a watermelon dream. Ain't nothing sweeter than a watermelon dream. Said, sitting on the front porch eating that peach ice cream. When life is really sweeter than it seems, that's what you got to call a watermelon dream. Oh, yeah. Oh, and then a little after sundown, we'd be running out of steam. So we'd light a Roman candle up and try to hold on to the dream. Maybe slip out behind a car, take a little taste from a jar, and then just lay back and count the stars. That's called a watermelon dream. Ain't nothing sweeter than a watermelon dream. Except sitting on the front porch eating that peach ice cream. When life is really sweeter than it seems, that's what you got to call a watermelon dream. Oh, now, ain't nothing sweeter than a watermelon dream. Except sitting on the front porch eating that peach ice cream. When life is really sweeter than it seems, that's what you got to call a watermelon dream. Oh, yeah.
Well, here's a song. I have a lot of faith in this song. I think it maybe needs somebody else to sing it, but I have faith in it. Well, this is about that time of day when you wake up and you're laying there and your loved one is still asleep beside you. Our dreams that have flown down the hall, screams that were sown on despair, summer's turned fall, they don't matter at all when I wake and find you lying there. Sweet silence and soft auburn hair. All the blues gonna dance through the sky. Time's gonna roll soft as rain. Sigh after sigh's gonna pass by and by when I gaze into your brown eyes again. All love is gonna fly on the wind. All the things I've seen and the places that I've been, they don't mean a thing since I found you. All that matters now, since I won your love somehow, are these plans that I keep making not to lose you. So sleep, babe, till the moon slips away. I'm hoping all your dreaming comes true. And when you rise with the day, I might not have too much to say, but you know, that doesn't mean that I don't love you. Oh, you know, that doesn't mean that I don't love you. All the things I've seen and the places that I've been, they don't mean a thing since I found you. All that matters now, since I won your love somehow, are these plans that I keep making not to lose you. All dreams that have flown down the hall, screams that were sown on despair, summer's turned fall, they don't matter at all when I wake and find you lying there. Sweet silence and soft auburn hair. Sweet silence and soft auburn hair. Thanks, everybody. Let's have Friday Blues. Come Friday Blues. Let's have Friday Blues. Well, I ain't very big for 41. Seems like I never could have any good clean fun. Every time I go outside, some big old bully come along. He'd hit me in the face and knock me to the ground, start to kicking me all around. That ain't exactly fair, friends. That's wrong. Well, I got me a paper the other night. I crawled up on the sofa and I turned on the light and I flipped through the pages till I found the classified ads. It said, take karate from Lee Hung Chow, man. Make your first appointment now. This course is guaranteed to make you bad. You'll be a mean mother. Well, the next day I drove to the address, and by the Japanese design I was real impressed. It looked like a regular house of the rising sun. I walked inside, I was all alone. I had a funny feeling down in my bones. I was kind of sorry I'd ever even come. and a giant Jap comes through the door. I swear that mother was 7'4", and he looked like he was prone to easy aggravation. He said, Li Hung Chow, Aki Dung, that's Japanese for fee, fi, fo, fun. I tried to explain my entire situation. He said, number one course, Yankee self-defense, $200.25. I said, what's the 25 cents for? He said, repairs. I said, repairs to what? And he said, to you. And I thought, oh man, that'll never do. I felt about a half-inch tall underneath that slanted stare. You think he was yellow? I said, I believe I'll go try another place. He said, how so? Yankee don't like my race. I said, now there's a mistake, man, and that's true. I've been for you Japanese all along. You Japanese can't do no wrong. I thought you got a pretty dirty deal in World War II. Well, he grabbed me by the hand. He gave a heave. I figured that's a pretty good time to leave, where he had a chance to do me any definite harm. My plan worked out in the end, you see. Now no bully's going to pick on me. Who's going to hit a fellow with just one arm?
Here's kind of a strange little love song. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I had the opportunity one time to play that. I consider that song probably, of all the songs I've ever written, that's in the worst taste, probably. But I worried about it for a while, but then I had an opportunity to play it for the entire Japanese delegation to the UN in New York one time. And it was this place, it was the old Lone Star Cafe, and they had a balcony up on top. And they were all lined up there, and one of them was an interpreter. And I'd go along, I'd play, well, and he would go, and they would all laugh, right? Ha ha. So I figured they liked it, it's okay, right?
Okay. Here's kind of a strange little love song that for any of y'all might be planning on falling in love a little later this evening. Oh, that's no, it's taking too bad. Wish I had a dime for every bad time, but the bad times always seem to keep the change. And you've been all alone, so you know what I'm saying. And when all you can recall is the pain, just you wait until tomorrow when you wake up with me at your side and find I hadn't lied about nothing. And I wouldn't trade a tree for the way I feel about you in the morning. Anyhow, I love you. And every day it gets just a little bit better. Oh, and half the getting there is knowing where I've been before. Well, I'm sure you understand, 'cause I'm not your first man. So when you feel like running for the back door, don't. Just you wait until tomorrow when you wake up with me at your side and find I hadn't lied about nothing. And I wouldn't trade a tree for the way I feel about you in the morning. Anyhow, I love you. Oh, just
just you wait until tomorrow when you wake up with me at your side and find I hadn't lied about nothing. And I wouldn't trade a tree for the way I feel about you in the morning. Anyhow, I love you.
Thanks. I'll do the other song from the D period. There's a lot of times people ask you, what's your favorite song that you wrote? This is always the answer. I'm not quite sure why. It's a song about 10 seconds in a woman's life. She's standing on the gone side of Leland. She found a thumb and stuck it in the breeze. She'll take anything that's going close to somewhere. She can lay it down and live it like she'd please. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, and that's for sure. And the wind had his way with her hair, and the blues had their way with her smile. And she had a way of her own, just like prisoners have a way with a fire. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, and that's for sure. She's not sitting down crying on her suitcase. She had no second thoughts by the road. But she's got feelings that need some repairing, and she did not give a damn that it showed. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, and that's for sure. Now she ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. She ain't going home, that's for sure. Now she ain't going home, and that's for sure. Thank you.
Well, this song, I haven't played this for a while. I know George knows where Raton Pass is. It's a mountain pass right where New Mexico becomes Colorado. And the state line is right at the highest, right at the pass. And the Gunnison is a river up in Colorado that I used to live by. This is called Snowin on Raton. When the wind don't blow in Amarillo, and the moon along the gun, the sun don't rise. Shall I cast my dreams upon your love, babe, and lie beneath the laughter of your eyes? Well, snowing on Raton. Come morning, I'll be through them hills and gone. Oh, mother thinks the road is long and lonely. Little brother thinks the road is straight and fine. Oh, darling thinks the road is soft and lovely. And I'm thankful that old road's a friend of mine. Oh, snowing on Raton. Come morning, I'll be through them hills and gone. Oh, bid the years goodbye, you cannot still them. Yeah, you cannot turn the circles of the sun. Oh, you cannot count the miles until you feel them. And you cannot hold a lover that has gone. Well, snowing on Raton. Come morning, I'll be through them hills and gone. Oh, tomorrow the mountains will be sleeping, silent neath a blanket green and blue. Oh, but I shall hear the silence they are keeping, and I'll bring all their promises to you. Well, snowing on Raton. Come morning, I'll be through them hills and gone. Oh, snowing on Raton. Come morning, I'll be through them hills and gone. Come morning, I'll be through them hills and gone. We're going to do No Deal in a minute. We do that one together.
Crank it up. Well, I'm gone down to Austin, Texas. I'm gone down to save my soul. Get that barbecue and chili, eat my fill and come back home. I'm gonna take my baby with me. We gonna have a high old time. We're gonna eat till we get silly. Sure does make a beer taste fine. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Oh, my mama, stop your belly and backbone for bumping. Oh, mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, mama, eat it every day if I could, alright. I know a place that's got fried okra, be anything that I ever saw. I know a man that cook cabrito, it must be against his law. We gon' get a big old sausage, a big old plate of ranch style beans. Could eat meet the heart of Texas, we're gonna need some brand new jeans. Oh, mama, ain't that Texas cooking, son? Oh, mama, stop your belly and backbone from bumming. Oh, mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, mama, eat it every day if I could, alright. I know a man that cook armadillo, tastes so sweet he called it pie. I know a woman make pandas, it tastes so good it'll get you high. Get them enchiladas greasy, get them steaks chicken fried. Sure to make a man feel happy to see white gravy on the side. Oh, mama, ain't that Texas cooking, son? Oh, mama, stop your belly and backbone from bumming. Oh, mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, mama, eat it every day if I could. Say it. Oh, mama, ain't that Texas cooking, son? Oh, mama, will starve your belly and backbone from bumming. Oh, mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, mama, eat it every day if I could. All right.
This song comes from, I happened to be with that guy. We were driving out of the San Gabriel Mountains back then to L.A. And I remember the sky there was a straight line above which was bright blue and below which was dark brown. And we were driving, we'd been in, what's the name of the place? Wrightwood. For the 4th of July for some reason that I still hadn't gotten. You know. We're driving back down into this line of stuff, and I remember saying to a guy, I said, guy, we're doing this of our own free will. And he said, yeah, man, I know. And we're driving along, and I'm sitting in his VW van, and I'm like sitting in the van, in the passenger seat. The windshield's about that far from your face, right? And I saw this great big red-tailed hawk. It was one of the two. It was flying along many feet up, 500 feet, however far. And it had a snake in its talons. It was flying along, and I was looking at it. Wow. The guy's like driving along, And I was watching this thing, And all of a sudden something happened. The snake was still alive, whatever. And it got loose, and it just I'm like watching this whole thing. Wow, and this snake sticks in my windshield wiper like that far from my face. It's like stuck in there. And I, was like, man, God, did you see that? And he said, yeah, far out. We proceed and we come down into the outskirts of L.A. And something happened. Guys rebuilt this engine on this crummy, stupid Volkswagen van about 4 times, right? And all of a sudden, stops, and we're at a dead coast. And I know better than to say anything, I just like sit there real quiet. We coast over to the side of the road, right, and we come to a coasting stop on the gravel. The guy gets out, doesn't say anything. I, of course, didn't say anything. He gets out, boy, and I mean, slams the door and trudges around to the back. The engine's in the back. I mean, who'd ever trust anything with the engine in the back? For starters, I'm sitting there, and guy pretty soon after about a minute, he comes walking back around, pissed, walks around, rips the snake out of the windshield wiper and keeps going back around to the back. And I'm sitting there, and he comes back in, gets in, slams the door, and starts, right? Whatever, let's proceed, right? And we made it about 1.5 miles to this gas station. And he pulls into the gas station, turns it off, and starts to get out of the car again. And at that point, I said, hold it. Would you please tell me exactly what's going on? And it turns out he'd taken that snake. What had happened, we busted a fan belt. He had taken a snake, put it around his 2 little flywheels, and we made it for like 1.5 miles. That's all right. But anyway, before the fan belt busted, on this same trip, guy got the idea for L.A. Freeway, a beautiful song, and he's kind of driving along. Just get off down the L.A. Freeway without getting killed or caught. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, I guess I could write a song too, as long as we're just driving along. And anyway, make a long story just a little bit longer. This here's what I came up with, right? His only claim to fame is it was written at the same time as L.A. Freeway. Well, this man down at the used car lot tried to sell me 4 wheels and a trunk. I said, man, there ain't no engine. He said, engine just a bunch of junk. You don't need no engine to go downhill. And I can plainly see that's the direction you're headed in. And he handed me the key. I said, no deal. You can't sell that stuff to me. Oh, no deal. We're headed back to Tennessee.
Well, I went to a doctor of the highest order. He said I couldn't have a drink for a year. Maybe 1 glass of wine on my birthday. My birthday wasn't too very near. Well, he must have put me in a state of shock, 'cause I made it for about 2 weeks. And then he sent me a bill that knocked me flat off the wagon and back down on my feet. I said, no deal. You can't sell that stuff to me. Oh, no deal. We're headed back to Tennessee.
Well, when true love knocked upon my door, she just barely turned 16. I was a little bit nervous, if you know just what I mean. But I'd heard somewhere that true love conquers all. I figured that was that. I started having dreams about being chased out of town wearing nothing but my cowboy hat. There's no deal. Can't sell that stuff to me. Oh, no deal. We're headed back to Tennessee.
Well, we come through this life stumblers, friends. We expect to die that way. Could be 20 years from now. Could be most any day.
But if there ain't no whiskey and women, Lord, up behind them heavenly doors, we're gonna take our chances down below, and of that you can be sure. There's no deal, you can't sell that stuff to me. Oh, no deal, we're headed back to Tennessee. There's no deal, you can't sell that stuff to me. Oh, no deal, I'm headed back to Tennessee. Thank you all very much. We had a big time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Guy Clark and Mr. Townes Van Zandt.
Thanks for coming out. And my home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. I don't expect to see you anymore. I had me a mother that could pray, boy. She prayed for me both night and day. I tore down every prayer that she could say, boys. I don't expect to see you anymore. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. I don't expect to see you anymore. Well, that finger ring I gave you. I said, well, that finger ring I gave you. Well, that finger ring I gave you, and I don't expect to see you anymore. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. I don't expect to see you anymore. Take it down. Oh, Mr. Sinbad, can you see me down there in Grayson, Louisiana? I'll lay a joint upon your grave, sir, and I don't expect to see you anymore. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. I don't expect to see you anymore. Well, I'm leaving in the morning. I said I'm leaving in the morning. I'm leaving in the morning, and I don't expect to see you anymore. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. I don't expect to see you anymore. One more time. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. I don't expect to see you anymore. Thanks, y'all. This has been fun. Great time.
We'll see you for long. I'm headed out on the highway, listening to them big trucks whine. I'm headed out on the highway, listening to them big trucks whine. Little white Freightliner gonna haul away my mind. Well, New Mexico ain't bad, Lord. People, it ain't treat you fine. Well, New Mexico ain't bad, Lord. People, it ain't treat you fine. Little white Freightliner gonna haul away my mind. It's bad news from Houston, half my friends are dying. Well, it's bad news from Houston, half my friends are dying. Little white Freightliner gonna haul away my mind. Well, Lord, I'm gonna ramble till I get back to where I came. Well, Lord, I'm gonna ramble till I get back to where I came. Little white Freightliner gonna haul away my brain. I'm headed out on the highway, listen to them big trucks whine. Headed out on the highway, listen to them big trucks whine. Little white Freightliner gonna haul away my mind. Little white Freightliner gonna haul away my mind.
Thank you all very much.
Thanks. See you later. See you next time around.
Thanks for coming out.